Welcome to Bourbon Taste-Offs, playoff brackets of the best whiskeys. Join us in our season-long quest to find our tastiest bourbon. And here is the bracketology of the last 9 months. First 3 quarters are done. We are working on finding the last quarterly winner. We will then have those 4 quarterly winners compete against each other to find our favorite whiskey of the year. We are narrowing it down from 192 bottles to just 1. Follow along to find out what our tastiest whiskey is. Cheers. And just a reminder, you can listen to our content on Apple Podcasts, Podbean app, Spotify, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. And you can watch our content at YouTube and Rumble. Hello, thank you for joining us on Bourbon Taste-Offs. This is episode number 64, and episode 65 is actually going to be the year-end episode. So that means we're only 1 episode away. This is actually our quarterly winner episode. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm Todd, one of your hosts.
I'm Chris.
I'm Mark.
I'm Adam.
I'm Don.
And this is a different thing because we typically take playoff bracket styles where we're taking 2 against 2, narrow it down to get 2 against 2, and then the winner. We have a quarterly episode where there's only 3 months in a quarter, so there's 3 monthly winners here, and the previous quarterly winners are Chestnut Farms Bottle and Bond, Central Standard Cabin Strength, and Stag Junior Batch 24B. So the winner of this episode is going to go against those 3.
Okay.
And we're going to come out with our yearly winner, so I'm super excited about that.
Right. Very diverse lineup.
Very diverse. In fact, here's the lineup right here. The bottle lineup in this episode is in glass 1. It's the Rare Perfection. It's a Canadian whiskey. It's aged for 15 years. It's a cask strength of 119.9 proof. In glass 2 is the Prideful Goat. It's a 6-year straight bourbon whiskey. It's 75% corn, 21% rye, 4% malted barley. It's a cask strength of 118.7 proof. In glass 3 is the Bomberger's Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. It's the 2024 edition, and it's 108 proof. All right, we're back. We're going to start nosing and tasting these right away. So we're going to start with 1, and we don't need to roll. So Chris is going to take that option off the table, and we'll just cheers.
Bumps.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Shinkity dinkies, boys.
Cheers. Shinkity dinky. And you know these are going to be fantastic.
Yes.
We always say the monthly winner ones are fantastic. Well, these are even that one step above. So I'm super anxious and excited about this. Yep, it's a good nose.
Yeah, it is.
That's not, no, it's toffee. I was going to say, is it butterscotch? But now I'm thinking more of a toffee.
Like an English toffee? Like the inside of a Heath bar?
What are the options?
So like I think it's a little bit more nutty. It's more like that, like the English kind of toffee. And then when the toffee is just like that, where you're like caramely sugars get to be like a hard substance and it kind of like still crunchy, you know.
So there's English toffee, and then what else would there be? Just like a butter toffee or something? Yeah. I think I'd lean more toward maybe a butter toffee. Not as nutty, more of a butter, I guess.
Yeah.
Like Adams. If that's how you go, Todd.
Crack cocaine, toffee, you know.
Right.
Dang.
Crack tooth coffee.
It does smell like there's proof, which would make sense.
Yep.
It tastes like there's proof.
It does taste like there's proof.
Yep. Got little legs on it.
But with sugars and...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Definitely on the finish.
All I can say is yum.
She's got legs.
I feel like for a second there I started getting
I want to play ZZ
the
Top right
peanut
now.
butter shell kind of to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I get a peanut butter note. Yep.
It was there and then it went away. I left the other somewhere.
So English toffee?
Right. Yeah, that'd be maybe more of a peanut butter. Right?
Yeah. That is a real flavor coming through, like a
Right.
like a Skippy, a little bit of creamy Skippy.
You're right. Yeah, this is got to save enough. We got to go through all three, and then we're eventually going to push one out, and then it's going to come down to two, which we know how to do 2 versus 2. Getting a consensus of all three might be difficult, but we'll see. See how it works out.
That's why we need the larger panel for these episodes. Number 2.
I think that's also why we got the larger panel, because of these episodes.
Fair.
Yeah, did we see a color difference?
Not much.
Maybe we should have started with that.
Not much.
Maybe 3 is the darkest, maybe?
The difference, I think, between like 1 and 2 on colors is like 1 is a little more straw, and number 2 is a little more amber. For me, that means a little bit more yellow, a little more orange. But like they're pretty close.
Yeah. I mean, the Booker's episode, we know that they all had that amber.
Mm-hmm.
But, but the Bookers didn't make it through to this. Unfortunately. Right. No, they're good.
So whatever's in here beat Booker's.
Oak, and the Bookers are all done in
Yeah.
See the Bookers episode, please.
It was episode. And that's the beauty of editing.
We just go bloop. It's like, hey, look, a penguin.
Right.
Wait, penguins? Again? Oh, man. Now Todd's forced to edit a penguin in. A sexy penguin in a bikini.
Todd's got things for penguins.
I think Chris does.
My wife does.
There we go. Doing it for her. I'm kind of surprised I'm not getting a lot on the nose on 2.
Agreed.
We get a little dustiness from 2 and like a light red fruit. Like I can't figure out what like fruit it is, but it seems a little bit red fruity. Just a touch. And then you can smell that ethanol proof coming through.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure.
But it also makes a ton of sense because we like our proof.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Previous episode, we're thinking neutral and everything's over 120.
Is that the new neutral? 120?
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
I think it's proof plus. It's about 150.
Yeah. I ran my car on it way to get here.
151 in Everclear are the only things that we consider to be proof
that's
positive.
Tasty taste.
Sweet.
I'm amazed I'm not getting any grains from 2. Like no grain flavor at all. Or like much oak either. But it's all those different bourbon notes that are bourbony. Like it tastes definitely it's like not skimping anywhere. But
I would agree. Yeah, one was like a peanut butter or toffee kind of taste. This one's also very sweet. It's giving maybe more of a brown sugary type thing.
Yep.
oh.
So all tastes we really enjoy.
Super sweet. A lot of brown sugar.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, almost caramely when it's getting into it. I'm also gonna say this one's probably proof plus. It's a good bet. If it's not old enough.
No, you're right. Because on the finish, it's like it gives you that sweet, and then it just kind of
It lingers.
off into more of a spice. It like transitions, and it's not super long. However, it's a really decent length of finish where it's like it's just. I don't like when I have a whiskey and it just disappears right away. I like to let it just sit, enjoy it, let it trail off, and I think that's what this is doing.
Yeah. Well, it's like we've talked before. It's like value per sip,
Yes.
right? Like, oh yeah, you just get like your 2 ounces, you can relax and enjoy it. It's a whole experience. It works out well for a lot of different things.
Yep.
But yeah.
You get in way less trouble.
Yes. Problem is, those are usually really tasty too.
I know.
I know. Again, on number 3, I could definitely get a lot of that proof on the nose too.
Absolutely.
Watch, they're all bottled and bond.
It's all the same thing.
It's all.
It's all the same thing.
We don't even know. It's all the same thing.
Todd's playing a
Don't tell
cruel
him.
joke on us here.
Roofs.
It's just Total Wine versus Costco versus Sam's Club.
You guys know nothing.
They're all between 75 and 90 proof.
It's a blooper episode.
Womp, womp, womp.
That's how we're going back to the hillbillies.
It's all one bottle. You guys are full of shit.
Yeah, right.
Super taster goes down.
You're talking about Adam, aren't you?
Yep. Semi-professional.
I got a little bit of a fruit right away on that one. To me, it's a little fruity on the nose.
I'm getting a lot of like some floral too on 3.
I'm getting something out of 3 that is, I don't know, slightly. It's not jiving with me.
On the what part?
Just, I don't know, just something in the nose. Just something's coming out. Can't put my finger on it. Something a little, I don't know if it's sour. Just something's kind of hitting me a little odd on the nose.
Have you tasted it yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not coming through so much on the taste. It's just a little bit on the nose.
Yeah, the nose is distinctly different for me than the other two.
Yeah.
I'm almost getting a little bubblegummy off the flavor profile on number 3.
A little flatter than the other 2.
Yes.
Doesn't seem as proofy as the other 2.
Nope.
Still seems proof
It's-
pause though.
Yeah.
It's
but-
sweet, but it's just kind of, it just hangs there. There's no ride with it.
Yeah. I mean, if we're dumping one out, I think I got my choice of what one I dump
Well,
out.
I think I know. If you're gonna give notes of not hitting right. I'm trying to just be non-biased, so I'm listening to you, but I am not listening to you. If that makes sense, because I'm just gonna make my own decisions.
Oh, for sure, obviously.
But the taste, I think I'm getting sweet. But then you're right. There is like something there which I'm really having a difficult time categorizing, because whether maybe it's a bubblegum thing or just something stepping in and saying, "Oh, this is a little different," and I wish I could speak about what that was.
For me, it's a little weird on 3 because like it's almost like a non-tannic oak, where you're not getting those like tannins from like the barrel and everything else coming up, but you're getting like that like middle heart section where it's not like the sweet vanillas and everything, but it's like it tastes woody almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something. You're right. There's just something different than the
However,
other two.
it's still tasty.
It's very tasty.
I know. These episodes are hard.
Yeah.
They're hard.
Boy, this is going to be difficult because, there's a lot more similarities between 1 and 2. And then
Yes.
3 comes in and is like, I'm different. And it's like, okay, well, if we're going to knock one out, do we want to knock out a similar one where it's like almost going to be replicated anyway? Or do you want to get rid of the one that's just trying to be itself? And so,
See, no. Again, of them, which one do you like more, as opposed to setting up the next match?
true. But if I think they're similar, it's like I'm not trying to do it. I mean, I'm just saying it's human nature to categorize and organize in a certain way. Am I organizing that way or am I organizing?
Oh, I know, but it's like
know?
if you think of like, I have a Coke, a Pepsi, and a Sprite. Like, well, I like colas, but I don't want to limit the Sprite because I want to keep the two to compete.
That's a good comparison. You're right.
Yeah.
That's a good.
I do think the noses on all 3 are very distinguishably different.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the more I keep going back to them, and you keep popping back and forth, all of a sudden, 2, that like sweet, that oaky flavor or oaky smell starts to really punch through on the nose on number 2 a lot more than I was the initial taste test.
Because you've already gone back now.
Oh yeah, I'm just,
Okay. Yeah, I need to do that as well.
It's weird. One almost has like a burnt quality to the nose. Like it's
That's not unpleasant though. It's not
no, but it's not. It's not. It's smoky, but it's almost like a
Man,
burnt.
this is all right. We gotta go because
This is going to be confusing.
I don't get as much of the weird. Going back to 1. I get 1 has a more pronounced flavor on the tongue, which I'm like, that's different, unique. I like some of it. I don't know. 3, I don't get the off kind of thing you guys did.
I didn't find anything.
No,
out of
the
place.
nose is off-putting compared to the other two, in my opinion. Palate-wise, I didn't.
Yeah, I
it's
can
fine.
see from the nose. Yeah, I'm torn. I mean, I know there's 2 I'm like on the shelf of which one do I kick off the boat. I know one of them I definitely don't want to kick off the boat.
Well, let's let our palates sit for a little bit. Let's do some dad jokes.
All right, I'll start here.
All right, thank you.
Where do quarterbacks keep notes on their passes?
On the wrist.
In a spiral notebook.
At least you'd hope. Who is the worst passer, you think, that could not get a spiral? Like, you just always...
Tim Tebow.
Tebow?
Tebow was never a good.
He was
Thrower
more...
of the
You'd want to
ball.
run.
Well,
Try
he
to
was
dodge.
He was a gamer. Like when
Bernie
when they
Kosar?
call him a gamer, that's
I turn to a page that has no actual jokes. apparently.
Turn the page.
Nope, I'm here. I chose it. I will deal with it.
All right, sorry.
Your dad joke is over. Congratulations. That's the funniest one yet.
So, bumper sticker. Wrinkled was not one of the things I wanted to be when I grew up. Yeah, that's just facts. That's not a joke.
No, that's not a joke. That's
Fair.
That's horrible.
Yeah, because,
You can add fat and...
we know bumper stickers have feelings too.
Sure, well, now they do.
But if anyone wants a
Right
bumper
now they
sticker,
do.
What do you get when you cross a pig and a frog?
Pink
What?
frog.
A lifetime ban from the Muppet Show studio. I'm guessing
Yes.
Kermit the Frog and
Yes,
Miss
Miss
Piggy.
Piggy. Yep.
But yeah, they were the Muppets, weren't they?
Yeah.
We just got done talking about like Sesame Street or the Muppets. I always get those confused because they both have Muppets.
Yep.
all Jim Henson.
All Jim Henson.
Yeah.
So many good things in childhood from Jim Henson.
This is the first time I've heard Jim Henson.
Really?
Yeah.
Fraggle
Really?
Rock, Muppets.
Wow.
Apparently, I never really
Labyrinth.
paid attention to the
Yeah.
He was so
Credits.
excited about.
He was on the first ever SNL episode.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
Really?
Legend.
Okay, I should have known about him.
He's a big deal.
Yeah, apparently.
What is the missionary's favorite kind of car?
Reverse cowgirl.
I was thinking what you were thinking, Adam, but I'm like,
Yes, that's it.
what's your favorite position?
That's a great joke. I guarantee that's not in the book.
That was the best joke not in the book.
That's what made us dance.
Fran's even laughing. It's a good one.
The Triple X Dad Joke Book, Season 2.
I'm all in for it.
Now it gets spicy.
Adults only.
Not
Oh,
for carpooling to the soccer game.
Right?
Oh, these are bad.
They are bad. Like, not even fun.
Just
We might have a book burning later.
I think our listeners might be in favor of that, Todd.
At least in this instance.
Oh, okay. I'll try this one from memory. I saw it on Instagram. We'll see how it goes.
There we go.
Okay, so a husband and wife are hanging out, and he's drinking 4 different whiskeys at a time. She goes, "Why do you always have to have 4 whiskeys at a time? You always like overdo it, and it's absolutely crazy." He goes, "It's called a tasting, and it's fancy."
I actually have one. What has 5 toes and is not your foot? It's my foot.
I can add another cheesy joke.
Perfect. Go for it.
So my youngest daughter, she went for her driver's test. She got 8 out of 10. The other 2 jumped out of the way.
there you go.
That's a good one to end on. That's the best one.
So have we figured out that dads telling dad jokes is better than reading dad jokes from books?
Probably.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It only took us 20 episodes.
I know.
I mean, I've heard some listeners like groan about our dad jokes, but
That's the point of a dad joke.
That's the point of a dad
I know
joke.
it is.
If you don't groan, then it ain't a dad
I
joke.
guarantee you, someone has been listening and has repeated at least one of the
Yeah.
jokes.
Oh,
I'm
for sure.
For sure.
Okay,
All
so
right.
we have to eliminate
Yep.
one.
We have to eliminate one. That's our first goal. Is
So we have to
eliminate one.
so we have to rank them 1 through 3, eliminate number 3, and then re-rank 1 and 2.
Correct.
Okay.
You don't have to stand by your original ranking, but you just, we're finding out which one we want to get rid of.
All right, I'll start. I'm putting out 3.
Okay.
Don, you did what I wanted to do. Well,
Yeah, I'm still deciding.
Are you putting out that one as well?
yeah, for me it's 3.
Okay.
It's. I mean, I like it, but it's just distinctly different than 1 and 2.
Yeah.
It's just not. It seems kind of flat for me.
For me, it was something in the nose, and then it was something it threw in throughout the taste, and then it just ended flat, and it was flat throughout.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
out of all these 3. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
No, right.
Just
Yeah.
line
Yeah.
up right now. And,
Yeah.
You know.
Again, it falls back to we are spoiled individuals.
Exactly.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
Correct.
I agree.
Yes.
I think that's what's happening to me. I'm getting like sweet blind because I'm getting like
Yep.
each one of them is sweet, so it's
Yes.
like which
Yep.
sweet do I like and
Yeah.
which one do I not like?
But it's
Yeah.
it's not like a candy sweet. It's like
some of them are, I think.
for me, 1 is almost kind of that, and it's and I'm almost out. I can't even.
Chris needs a refill.
I have like rock paper scissors myself for.
Yeah, I'm as well gonna push out 3. I think 3 is one that stands out from the other 2 as not being as much of a flavor bomb. These 2 are very complete from nose to finish of your whole like sip, and I think that 3 is very good, nose and everything else, even that weird bubblegum tutti fruity kind of jazz that's going on. It's a little bit floral and everything else, and after going between everything, I would prefer more like I would consider more classic bourbon notes, and I think that's more A in 1 and 2.
Very good. That means that Chris and I don't have to decide.
Thank
We can
God.
just do it on posterity because no matter what we say, that's going out. So thank you for taking the choice away from us. In this
you.
instance, I really appreciate
welcome.
I
it.
really appreciate it. That was really going. I'm like, I want to go back. I'm like, I don't have enough.
I
guys-
saw
you guys
Chris
don't-
wavering,
you owe
so I
us-
was
you owe
like,
us for that.
Right.
I'm like, I barely have enough of 1 to compete with 2.
Yeah. So that was well done because it's out there.
It is tough between 1 and 2. They have slightly different, like, first start of your palate notes that are both very pleasant. It's kind of goes down to, do you want more, like, earthy, nutty, oaky, or do you want more sweet, fruity, floral? And it's like, back
Yeah.
and forth these.
You're right about that nutty note on 1. It's just, it's there.
It's super good.
You can't
though.
ignore it. Yeah.
Like, I want to, like, just pretend I didn't try this one yet. I'm going to do water. I'm just there you go. Planet Cleanser.
Well, before we come to a decision, I want to come to a decision on who we need to honor, and someone that's really kind of showing themselves as being a viewer to our show is, it's going to get personal, but the shout out is for Mike, which is Adam's dad.
Hey,
Mike,
Adam.
thank you so
Mike.
much. He came in here, the first thing he said is, I need an autograph, and it's like, obviously he didn't, but it's like, he just fit right in, and he was super fun on the episode that he was in, and we're going to be thankfully using the pontoon for next episode, which
the
is going to be the
finale.
yearly finale, and we really appreciate it. Mike, thank you so much. We really appreciate your patronage as watching and helping us out with our location for our last episode. So
be a
thank you
great
very
time.
much. Yes.
Thank
Cheers
you,
to
Mike.
Mike.
Bumps.
Cheers.
All right, so we are coming down to the last of my sips. I have like,
Yep, that literally.
I was
I
going
am-
to say
Mine are
something.
empty.
I was going to say something. There's not a lot of people's glasses over
No.
here.
No,
Chris,
it's-
they're running out.
you're
down,
you have
out.
plenty.
Well, it's hard decision. I don't know. I'm still between the 2.
Yeah.
Nope, I'm good. Sticking with it.
Yep.
Put numbers on things, and you just, when it gets close and tight like that, you sometimes just go with your first instinct of like, nope,
That's
this
true.
one.
I mean, you're really not going to go wrong anyway. This is
No.
Yeah.
The problem is you're choosing between like, this is really good and this is really good. Oh, and this one is also really good.
Right. They both have pros and cons, and that's the thing. You got to
Yeah.
balance out, okay, which do I prefer out of these 2? One's got more of a peanut note. One's got a little more ethanol.
Yep.
What do I prefer?
Yep. I'm sorry to step away from the microphone, but I think I picked one
I did too.
that I like.
So you took 1, you took 2. Okay, I got it.
Well, I did take 2.
Sorry, I got yelled at.
No, I know.
Almost jumped.
I can't wait for you to get yelled at again. Becca,
Baby!
come on. This is staying in here just for your scolding.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
This won't get edited.
All right. So who has not decided yet?
I've made my decision.
All right. Well,
We're all good.
I think let's have Adam start.
Okay. I picked number 2 as the runner-up. I do like it. It has got a dusty red fruit nose with a little bit of proofy and oakiness, and the taste is like a sweet hard caramel to me. But that English toffee burnt peanut buttery kind of note coming off with that sweet finish and almost nougaty, like is it like almost like a, you know, like was that Three Musketeers bar on the inside of that one as it finishes. I really like that in 1, so I'm going with 1.
I kind of went the opposite way. I kind of went with 2, just to go away from that peanut kind of vibe. You know, I kind of picked up a lot of the stuff you just mentioned in 2, and it just had a little more. It opens up a little more with water. I should have probably not put the water in. I don't know if it swayed my decision, but once I did put the water in, it kind of opened up a little more of the flavor. And 2 just opened up a little more for me, so I'm going with 2.
Cool.
I'm also a 2. I liked 1, but 1 kind of had with some of the peanut and other stuff, and not really the funk like we've had in some others, but there was that hint of that in there, but all of that was immediate right when it hit the mouth, and then it settled down to something a bit different. Whereas 2, I got more of the brown sugar kind of notes up front, the sweetness in there, and it kind of just rolled and embodied and left more, and it just, yeah. 1 had a bit more of the punch of flavor up front, not saying punch proof-wise, but it was all right there as soon as it hits you, and 2 just kind of rolled throughout, and yeah, that really kind of hit my palate a bit better.
I'm going to jump in, and I'm going to take 1 because I'm going to make it down to Mark having to decide
Pressure.
between these 2. He has the most filled in his glasses, which means he kind of, hasn't figured it out. We had to all kind of finish what was in our glasses to get there, because I really do think there's a lot of similarities.
Yep.
With these.
Yes.
They were very similar. We're really picking and choosing just super minute nuances, and it's really a difficult choice. And I wouldn't be upset either one of these advancing. I really want to make this kind of a fun thing, but I do pick 1 because I think I like that buttery toffee type note with it, and I'm a big fan. I'm also enjoyed 2, like I said, but I'm going with 1.
All right. And for me, I picked 2 as the winner.
All right.
I really like the sweeter note. I did, even when I went back to it, I got more of the ethanol mid-palate, but I do love that brown sugar finish, and you guys, that's my palate. 1 is very good, but the peanut butter was a little off-putting, and usually I don't mind that, but it was just a little bit too much for me. A little funky.
Gotcha.
So,
Fair
those
enough.
2.
Very good. Here's to 2. Let's bring these out and talk about them.
Fantastic.
All right, so we're back, and we're going to showcase what the first one out was, although only 3 people picked it out. Chris and I really didn't get a voice on this because it wouldn't have made a difference if we picked this or something else, so we just said, okay, this is what's going out.
Oh, wow.
The Bombergers is the first one out.
Wow.
So Chris and I are the only ones with true taste.
Yep. I agree with you, because I love bomb burgers.
Me too.
That's a surprise for me.
That is a surprise. I'm really happy that it no longer has to be poured and drank, because I can save it now. I mean, that's a selfish reason, but
It's a great reason.
it really did have that extra little difference, though, right?
It did,
I mean,
compared to the other 2.
yes. So it was different than the other 2, and it wasn't unpleasant different. It was
No.
just different, and it was
Yeah.
just being its own thing. That's really interesting, though, to get when you do compare them and have a bunch of people kind of talk about it as we're tasting it and really just showcase what you're getting out of it. It shows that you can get an allocated and have it knocked out by some unallocated.
Was that 108 proof?
This is a 10. I always thought it was 107, but you
It
might
says
be right.
108. I
It
saw on
is
the back
108.
it said 108. So
It is.
it's so
You're right.
proof negative from how our new levels are.
Yeah, no, but pretty much proof neutral,
Elevated.
neutral plus.
Yeah.
It really raised proof neutral.
When I tasted them all, I really didn't get like a big variance in proof, though.
No.
Yeah,
It was more of, I was getting more of the sweetness on all of it.
yeah.
So, I mean, maybe that's why it was different. Maybe it was the proof difference. I mean, we'll find out when we see what these are,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, that's
And
surprising.
again, they're all really
Yes.
good. They're all very tasty.
They're very
it wasn't
good.
like this one's really bad.
Yeah,
like
no.
they're just all really good, and it's really tricky to pick between that.
I agree. And I made a comment, where it's like, do you take one out that's different than the other 2,
Right.
or do you take one of the other 2 out? I probably would have gone with taking one of the other 2 out myself. Not to say that would have been right or wrong. It's just
Yeah.
what it is.
I knew mine from the first taste going through as I went. I was back and forth between 3 and 1 that I was gonna kick out.
Okay.
Right away, I'm like, oh my god, 2. I'm like, nope, I really like this.
Yeah.
It went back and forth and kept going. I'm like, I didn't have to. Small spits of 2, just smelling. Just this. Every time I went back to it, the brown sugar. I'm like, I know the taste was there, but it was 1 and 3, just something different. And I'm like, yeah, it's still good. on its own, it would be amazing. I've never had Bomburgers in any of the times.
That's my
before,
first time
so-
trying it as well.
It surprises me how different the nose was on that than the rest of the other ones. Like,
Correct.
because I love
Yeah.
Bomburgers. Like, it's a solid bottle. I will go to and like, oh, this is amazing, and it was distinctly different than the other two.
And for people who don't know, who makes Bomburgers?
Michter's.
Yeah, so that was on our Michter's episode, and
And it won.
Don brought
Oh, yeah.
the Michter's 10-year rye, and that's a really kind of allocated option.
Oh, yeah.
And then we had the Shanks, and then the Bomburgers, and then we have the toasted Michter's, which was very good as well. So it stands up on its own. I mean, it deserved to be in this quarterly,
Yeah.
for sure.
episode. So we all really did enjoy that, but we're gonna get on and see what was kicked out next, and that was
Number one.
one. And this was one Chris was deciding if he wanted 3 or 1 to get kicked out, and it happened to be the Rare Perfection. So Rare Perfection gets kicked out, along with the Bomburgers. Randy Sullivan is probably going to be pretty damn happy because these are some fantastic
Yep.
bourbons, and if I know what that is now. So this is a Canadian blend. It's a Canadian whiskey. It's aged for 15 years though, so it's that it is definitely getting some of
Yeah.
those wood flavors from the oak for being in it for 15 years. It's also 119.9 proof. So you're looking at a 108 proof with the Bomburgers, and then you're looking at a almost 120 proof with the Canadian blend Rare Perfection, and that beat out a lot of really good options
Yeah.
as well. Like when we
Camlet. What was the other ones in that?
yeah,
one?
we had
So-
the Hooten Young.
Yep.
That was really good. The JP Harper.
And the Camlet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember when we did the episode, the first one that was in,
Yeah.
and Don with his Canada comments.
Yes.
And I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm like, this is pretty good. I could see this being in the and I'm actually kind of blown away because I was really thinking with the way that one was, and then seeing the next episode, the monthly one, the way everyone tasted off of that, I'm like, man, that hits everyone's kind of palates on a lot of things.
And I
I'm
think
like,
it's a lot of people assume like Canadian whiskey, they automatically go Canadian Club, Crown
Yep.
Royal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it is not those things.
No.
No, it is not.
I had a feeling this is what one was when I tasted it because I was like, we mentioned buttery toffee, and when we always would
Yep.
have this episodes, this is always like a buttery toffee, and I don't care that it's a Canadian thing because I love buttery toffee. Like that's a flavor that I will go to all the time.
I did not remember getting that much peanut out of it.
I didn't either. Yeah, that's
And
So
I
that's
swore
what kinda
I
threw
got
me off of it.
I got more brown sugar in the previous times of this, and I
Okay.
did not get as much this time.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I'm also wondering because we've been drinking this one in episodes, there's more air, it's breathing longer.
Yep.
Is
That could
that
very well-
affecting
that
the
could very well be.
Yeah. And then there's
point.
no way we're doing fresh cracks for every time we do this.
Oh, good lord!
Not at this stage.
Once
5 years from now, we'll have fresh crack and everything.
Exactly.
I'll tell you all the crap I did. give
billionaire
this bottle.
bourbon tasters.
All the crap I did give this bottle, Chris. I did end up going out and buying a bottle. of it.
Yes, you did.
I know. I'm really hoping that up north is where I saw the bottle of this because I know I have seen that bottle. It's hard to miss that label.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
Right, and I'm like, no matter what color it is, I'm like, God, I gotta find where it is because I'm going to buy it.
It's tasty.
it's
when
very
you're
good.
compared
It's
to a
very good.
Bomburgers,
Exactly.
come
Yeah,
on.
it's
Yep.
Which
It is was it also from Bardstown too? Which
Yes.
is cool. So they make the distillate in Bardstown and then they put it in Canada and they do all their Canadian things.
I actually don't know exactly what the process is
tricky.
with that, but I just know that it's good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
I-
delicious.
Very tasty.
I believe that, much like you had your highway series, like we have the other ones on boats. I believe that they take casts and attach to the back of the Canadian Mounties.
And they
And it rides around for a year as they're on duty.
got you.
Yeah,
Got you.
shaken, not stirred.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that very well might be. I mean, you would think they would advertise that. But,
Probably.
You would think.
but to be on par with the Bomburgers, that's a hell of
Yeah.
a testament to what that
Right.
is.
Yep.
And speaking of a testament, this is
One.
a
Wow.
hella bottle, and I'm going to get more of this because I know it's available.
What is it?
It's a Prideful Goat
Wow.
Wow.
Randy Sullivan,
Randy.
6-year bourbon. We did say this was our very last episode of the year before we went to the monthly episode winner. And this went and beat the monthly episode winner and now just beat the quarterly winner. Randy, you should be very proud of this thing.
We talked about
I'm getting at least 2 or 3 more bottles of this thing.
Outstanding.
If it's beating a Bomberger's and a Rare Perfection. It has some fantastic sweet notes that we all loved. We really thought it was very close to one, which was the Bomberger's. I mean, we did think. No, actually, we thought it was more close to the Rare Perfection. That's right. Bomberger's was kicked out first.
Yes. Yep.
But I mean, when you're naming some of these names that it's beating, you have to respect this
and at
thing.
a 6
It is.
Yes.
This is a 15 year.
Yeah.
Right?
But this is a
Well,
6-year
Texas.
Texas heat,
Yep,
baby.
Yep.
Good old Tejas.
This really brings the oaky notes out of that wood,
does.
and I am such a
Wait
fan.
for that to be an 8 year.
And it's 118 proof, so it's still no slouch. I mean, this is 119.9, this is 118.7, so it's like one click. It's one click off of that 15 year, and then obviously the Bomberger is 108.
And color wise, they're the same.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, or
Love
darker.
Texas. Texas is crazy.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. What a testament. Like, I never would have guessed that Prideful
No.
Goat was going to take a quarterly winter episode, but that was before I ever tasted them.
Yeah.
So,
We got to get Randy down here on the show.
yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Fantastic job. We're going to close out by saying
Thank you.
thank you very much. It was fantastic to meet him. He signed some of our bottles. He came to Mayfair Liquor and showcased his stuff, and thank goodness he did, because I don't know if I would have got this had he not.
Right?
And now that I got it, it beat some fantastic other bottles. And we all really did appreciate this. Obviously, this was the winner. This is the quarterly winner. Congratulations, Randy Sullivan and Prideful Goat. We hope you really enjoyed this episode. Join us next episode for the final of the year.
Woohoo!
It is going to find out which of our 192 bottle tasting options is going to take the yearly win. And I'm certainly excited to find out. We hope you are too.
Yeah.
Please join us. You'll enjoy it. See you next episode.
Bye. I'm gonna do water. I'm just
There you go.
plan on there.
That's what I'm doing. I totally took a cracker, and now I'm speaking into my microphone with my cracker mouth. But
Cracker mouth.
That's a great band back.
and if it was never a band, that's going to be a band name. Cracker Mouth.
I think you're thinking of Smash Mouth.
Or Uncle Cracker, one or
I was
the
gonna say,
other.
they formed a
Crackers.
they formed a super group.
Super group, yeah. Like Ringo Starr Star Band, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Cracker Band, formerly Bourbon Taste Offs.
Yeah, they only tour at Cracker Barrel. It's a breakfast jam.
There you go.